Okay, so I guess we're all good. Hi everyone. So this is my first video. I wanted to wrap up something for you guys, which is basically some kind of starter pack for you to get some resources and for you to understand how to keep up with AI news and how to learn about AI. What are the places where you would get the maximum signal and not a lot of noise. So as you can see, I've opened a lot of tabs. We are going to go through them kind of quickly. But the main thing is there are a bunch of people that I like on YouTube. I've selected also a few on X. To me, at least, everything is happening on X. It's not that I like the platform that much, but it's just that that's the way it is. AI stuff is kind of over there. Reddit is there as well, but I don't use. And then I've just opened also some kind of websites and other resources that you can use, some cool blog posts, some cool books which are accessible online. So we're going to go through it. And hopefully you will find anything meaningful and cool for you. So starting with YouTube, the first thing is obviously Hugging Face, which is not to be presented anymore. So this is basically this is a company which is betting a lot on open source, and they also have a lot of videos which are on education, like for teaching you a lot of things in AI. So this is really cool. Definitely give that a try. I highly recommend. So next, I'm also recommending you this YouTube channel. So this is basically some news. As you can see, that person is posting quite regularly. Let's say, I don't know, yeah, 2 or 3 times a month, and he's covering most of the news. I just like the way his videos are like nuanced, and they are often tackling an angle which is not really covered on X or other YouTube channel. So I recommend this. Another YouTube channel which is really good for education is the YouTube channel of Julia Turk. She's doing a lot of videos which are going to teach you a lot of things. She's talking about diffusion models. She's talking about voice models as well. So you will definitely learn a lot over there. So this is really to learn things. Another one which I like are really short videos from Calibrates Code. Basically is also covering some news and some diverse topic, but it's mainly about what is happening currently in AI. His videos are really short. They are basically kind of blackboard videos. And I like the way he's like shooting his videos. So definitely give that a check. Still on education, I think most of you guys must know this thing. This is the YouTube channel of 3 Blue 1 Brown. So it's not only about AI. You will find also things about math and stuff like that. But there's a bunch of videos on AI which are really interesting as well. He's having great visuals, obviously. He's using Manim, I guess, which is a Python library for doing stuff like this. So definitely give this a check. It is very high quality. In the same spirit, I think we can also mention Welsh Labs. So he's also he's having some interviews. He's having his own style, but he is also having great visuals as well. I think he also has a book which I didn't read, but he's having a great book as well. So definitely give this a check for education. It's really good. Before coming to Umar Jamil, I'm going to talk to you about Andrej Karpathy. I guess you know this guy maybe. So he's really famous. He's basically doing, as you can see, those very, very long videos, but through which you will learn a lot. As you can see, it's like 3 hours kind of videos, but he's really going in depth into the things. So it's been a while he didn't publish anything. But definitely give it a check. Is basically reproducing GPTs. As you can see, is coding everything from scratch, basically. and you will learn a lot. It's like you will have to stick to it because it's very long, but you will eventually learn a lot of things. And so I wanted to come back to Umar Jamil as well because he's doing things kind of the same kind of videos. But as you can see, he's taking it next level with like 7 hours long videos. And this is also really cool. So if you want to learn stuff, definitely give it a check. I believe he's working at Mistral, so the French AI company. On another topic, you will also find, I think, useful and interesting podcasts on the channel of Dwarkesh Patel. So, yeah, these are podcasts, very high quality. As you can see, he's also interviewing Three Blue, One Brown that we just saw before. It's not only about AI, you will find, I think, also things like history, physics, and stuff like that, but it's very high quality. I really enjoy that. So give that a check. I do not really watch a lot of live stream, but I really like the live stream of this guy. Whereas, yeah, live stream is here. So as you can see, he's having like basically one live stream every Sunday, I believe. And he's covering the AI news. So basically, AI papers. Anyway, if you go to his lives, is basically going through the new papers that came out, and it's really nice to have that interaction. Is like replying to all of your questions and everything. And I think he's close to his community, and I really enjoy his live streams. So definitely give this a check. Finally, to close on YouTube, there is one guy I really like, which is Alejandro. Once again, it's a lot about education, I know, but yeah, he is also doing educational videos where he's going to explain you a lot of stuff like harnesses and things like this. And I really like his videos. They are simple to follow, and definitely giving it a check. He's working at Hugging Face also. All right. Moving on to X, so we have a bunch. I'm not going to like spend too much of time describing, but just give you some profiles. So the thing with X is that from my own experience, actually, is like you can find a lot of slop on this thing. Like there are a lot of bots and stuff like this and like that. But if you follow the right people, and just actually stick to your like notifications tab, you will, to me at least, it is useful. I only see whatever people I'm following, and it's only what I want to see. Obviously, if you go to that home tab, you will find a lot of stuff, which is, I think this, okay, now this is the for you. So this is fine, but most of the time you'll find like some bullshit, and I don't want to spend too much of time on that. So what I will recommend is you to follow some people. I think we were looking at François Chollet. So yeah, the first person I would advise you to follow is François Chollet. Is building ArcAGI, which is a benchmark measuring fluid intelligence. He also wrote a book, which we are going to go through at the very end. So definitely give him a follow, and you will learn stuff. I also recommend following the CEO of Hugging Face. Obviously, I think by now you understand that Hugging Face is a good thing. Then obviously, I'm not going to go through them, but you want to follow a lot of labs. So Qwen, which is a Chinese lab. You can also follow DeepSeek, which is over here. OpenAI, which is not to be presented, obviously. Hugging Face, definitely give this a check. So yeah, moving on to some other people. There is Andrew as well, which I really like. He's putting out some really cool blog posts and also courses. So he's recording courses which you can follow. Definitely very educational, a lot of value in his posts. So definitely give it a check. If you're interested in quantization, definitely look at Unsloth. They are basically taking huge models and making them super tiny um, without much loss in performances. So definitely worth it. If you're more into robotics, I recommend following Remy Cadden. So I think he used to work at Hugging Face. I'm not sure, but right now I think he's having his own company, which is UMA. And so yeah, he's really into robotics. So if you want to keep up with that. Another account I really like is Epoch AI. They are basically doing research and they are putting out some blog posts which are really interesting. They always have cool topics. They are going to study different topics, which is on compute capacity or whatever. They also have a benchmark, I believe. So definitely give this a check. It's really nice. Another cool thing, if you don't know, Open Router, they are basically some kind of a wrapper, which is like standardizing the calls to LLMs. So basically, rather than having to use like the API of A, the API of B, you just use one API, which is Open Router. You can also have free models for which you can have like free credits. So this is a good thing. Sticking to Hugging Face, obviously, Thomas Wolf, co-founder, which I recommend to follow. Same for Julien Chaumont. Same thing, these people are going to teach you a lot. So one thing that I'm thinking now is that the nice thing with X is that, first of all, you will get like the most up-to-date news. But also what I really like with X is that you're going to discover many people, because obviously people do reply, repost, and things like this. So you discover people and you discover a lot of material. People are sharing lectures, people are sharing blog posts, and you will eventually learn a lot with this. So that's why I really like X as well. So Meter is an account which is, I mean, it's an organization, I believe, which is basically doing benchmarking, evaluations. They are famous for their Meter evals, which is basically measuring the time an agent is able to perform, like how much time is an agent able to work. Kind of, it's not exactly like that, but what I mean is that basically they are comparing how much human time an agent is able to perform as a task. So say if they are able to perform 5 hours of human work. So they are doing benchmarks. I think they have another one. Not sure about this, but this is a cool account, definitely. Still in organization, you can follow ZAI, which are developing GLM as a model. Maybe let's do the labs so that we then do the people. Another lab, which is New Research, they are developing models and harnesses as well. Kimi Moonshot, they are basically the ones who are training models like Kimi K3 and a very big Chinese lab. Do I have other? Yeah, I have Gradium. Gradium, they are into text-to-speech and speech-to-text model. Really nice account as well. If you're interested in tiny model, very, very tiny models, Liquid AI is your best friend. For world models, I like World Labs. I think the founder is Fei Li, something like this. I'm not sure about her name. Let me check. I think she was the advisor of the PhD thesis of Underscore Party. Yeah, Fei Li, very famous scientist. Are we done with labs? NVIDIA, obviously, you must know that, I guess. Allen AI, which is a lab which I really like, especially for geospatial foundation model. They are also developing Olmo, which is an LLM which is fully open. So it's like they are opening their data, they are opening the training recipe, they are opening their code, everything is open. Really nice. We have RCAI, which is an American lab. Google, where is Google? Google is here. you know Google, obviously. I think we're done with the labs. Oh no, H company is here. So H company, they're building computer use agents. I think they're based in Paris. So, and I think their model is really good at computer use actually. So that's a cool thing. I think we're done. No, Prime Intellect is here for open source. So obviously, it's not meant to be exhaustive. I don't want to cover everything in this video because I don't want it to be too boring, but I'm just trying to give you like some of the stuff which I think is important and which I do appreciate. Coming back to the people, so Ben from Hugging Face, I love his lives. He's doing really great content on distillation and RL and things like this. So definitely give him a follow. Eli Bakush is basically the person who is famous for going through the reports. Every time there is a new LLM release, he's going through the report and telling you what did change, what did they do, and stuff like that. So definitely give him a follow. Nathan is doing great lectures. He wrote a book which I can show you right now, which is the Arlie Chief book, which is Reinforcement Learning from Human Feedback. So I think his book is available for free online, but you can also obviously buy it. Yeah. So it's a huge book. I didn't go through it. I just know, and I have high confidence that this is a really good material and I want to go through it. So I'm just recommending it to you and I need to read that myself. So Nathan, I think he used to work at Allen AI, which I think he was doing post-training on Olmo. All right. You can also follow Simon Willison. So he used to be a developer, I guess. I guess he's still a developer. But what I really like about him is that he is having a nice blog, and especially this blog, which is on agentic engineering patterns. So as you can see, there is a lot of stuff, but he's basically telling you how to use agents, how to use it the right way with TDD, test driven development. He's having a lot of good advices. So if you want to use agents the right way, definitely read this. Then I would like to give a shout out to my friend Aritra, who is also working at Hugging Face. His account is really nice. He's putting out some nice blog posts. He's having also some videos on YouTube. He is working on MOE, Mixture of Experts. He's also having an entire series of blog posts on PyTorch profiling. So yeah, definitely give it a check. Really nice content as well. Really nice guy. Another thing that you can also follow, maybe it's becoming a bit long, but stick to it. There's a lot of alpha, I guess, in this, not a lot of value. So Alpha Kiev, Alpha Guy, how do you pronounce that? I don't know. They're basically having that cool account where they are just telling you what kind of new papers came out. So if you want to, have the latest news in research, this is a really cool account. Then I would suggest that you follow Mervy, which is working on VLMs. As far as I know, she's also having a book which you can buy. It's on vision language models, so really cool. Definitely check that out. Sebastian Rashka, which is I think really well known for his cool diagrams. Can I find some? Yeah, diagrams like this. So basically, every time there is a new model coming out, he's putting out a really nice diagram like this. I think he's having some books as well. Yeah, reasoning model. So I need to read that as well, but definitely give it a check. And I think he's also having a YouTube channel, by the way. Sayak also, same thing, is working at Hugging Face. He's having a cool account as well. You will learn a lot, definitely. Basically, you can assume that all the people working at Hugging Face will bring you something. Then I would like to give a shout out to Sergio. Same as Ben is working on, as far as I know at least, is working on distillation. in RL and stuff like that. They have a really cool series of live, which you can find on YouTube, on training agents on SFT and stuff like this. Finally, I would like to give a shout out to these people. So Sophia Young, who is working at Mistral, she's having some nice posts. Also, she's doing kind of demos like this. Give it a check. Still from Hugging Face. Now you know that I'm a big fan of Hugging Face. Honor is also having a cool account. Is, as far as I remember, is having some cool benchmark on German language and stuff like this. He's putting out some good posts as well, so you might want to give it a check. Then there is Adam. Adam is having. I follow Adam. I think it's really recent because of this series. I really love the way he's put it. So if you want to learn about kernels and GPUs and stuff like this, give it a check. I really enjoy this content. I would also suggest you to follow Peter, which is working at Arena, which we are going to talk about after. So it's basically, assessing models, evaluating them. Okay, then let's move on some benchmark because this was for news, this was for learning, but how do you keep track of the performances of the latest model came out? You have this cool thing which is named artificial analysis. They have a bunch of benchmarks which are cool, which are about intelligence, speed, cost per task. So this is really nice, especially because you have sections like this. You can see the coding index. You can see some kind of generic index. You have open versus closed models. And you have time, cost per task, output tokens per task. This is a really cool website. I would suggest you check that out. Then I think some, benchmarks which are kind of famous these days for coding. You can look at DeepSuite, even though DeepSuite is getting saturated these days, I guess. But this is a cool benchmark. Some kind of intemporal. How do I close that thing? Yeah, Arena is really cool. Arena is basically having that kind of ELO system, just like for playing chess, where there are basically ranking models based on preference of users. So they have different sections for code, image generation, video generation, stuff like this. This is really nice. I used to follow this benchmark, which is LiveBench. So I think what is interesting with LiveBench is that they are updating their task quite regularly, especially to avoid cheating and stuff like this. But these days I don't watch it much, and yeah, but you can always check it out. I guess it's a nice benchmark still. Finally, three thing. Once again, it was not exhaustive, but just for you to give you a place to start. Still on education, you have this really long but really nice blog post, basically a report, which is like from Hugging Face again. So this is like a report which is basically breaking down the entire methodology that they used to build FineWeb, which is a pre-training corpus. So they are using common crawl, stuff like that. They're also training a classifier to classify some educational content, FineWeb EDU. So give it a check. Very high quality blog post. Highly recommend. I think some training playbook. I did forgot to mention this one. Same thing. That blog post is really nice. This is basically training end-to-end an LLM. Very nice blog post with very cool visuals. So give that a check as well. It's from Hugging Face. Still from Hugging Face, and then we stop talking about them. They have a nice blog and articles section where you will find a lot of content, which is nice. And finally, I would like to end on a book from François Chollet, which we saw on X. So this is basically taking you from kind of the zero level of math, deep learning, and stuff like this. And it's free. It's online. You can You can read it. It's having some chapters, and basically going to take you from the very beginning to cool notions, like object detection, things like this. There is a lot of value in here. So this is a really cool book. You can also buy the hard copy, I believe, purchase. So yeah, that's all for me. I hope it was not too long and too repetitive. I didn't really know what kind of format to do for that thing. But really the goal was to give you some kind of place to start, to, you know, have the news, have the content to learn, and have a place to start, because obviously the goal with this is to start with something, and then slowly you will start building your understanding. People will start sharing resources on X and stuff like that, and that will give you your homework, if I can say, of things to check. So thank you so much for watching. See you next time. I hope it was enjoyable. Bye bye.